Have you ever seen those wedding pictures where you have the two grandparents in the center and then their children and their grandchildren and maybe even their great-grandchildren, and you'll see 100 people coming from that couple? My grandfather was one of 18. In the pictures, there aren't 100. You see, Hitler took care of many of them. The rest were killed out by the spiritual Holocaust that we know of in the American scene. My father believed for most of his life that he was the only religious Jew left from his entire family. Later on, we found we had another cousin in England, but of that generation, almost nothing was left. Why is that? Because in the 1920s and the 1930s, the Jews came from Poland, from Russia. They came to America and they entered this vast assimilation. Very quickly was gone the ways of their forefathers. Very quickly they became much like the Gentiles amongst whom we lived. They were never heard from again. Ashkenazic Jewry went through a tremendous decimation. We now have a great opportunity. There are tremendous influxes of Jews from across the world who are now primed and ready to become part of the Jewish people. The Bukharian people have repopulated to a tremendous extent in New York City, in America, in different places. And thank God we now have the resources to bring them up as proud, well-educated Jews. But unfortunately, many of these young people are finding themselves in public school without any Jewish education whatsoever. But the great Holocaust that Ashkenazic Jewry suffered from in the 20s and the 30s doesn't have to be repeated. With just a little bit of effort, we could bring them into yeshivas, give them a solid Jewish education, allow them to be that which they were destined to be. But it requires some very significant focus. Chazaq is running a campaign, No Child Will Be Left Behind. I beg you, please be involved. Please help. We're dealing with hundreds and hundreds of young Jewish souls who are in public school without any Jewish connection, without any Jewish education. For just a little bit of money, with just a little bit of effort, we could get them into fine yeshivas. Please join them. Please help them. It's very noble work. It's a tremendous mitzvah, and it's saving a significant part of the Jewish people.